Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Midgard Golf. And we're back out here today at Fort Carson, Colorado, just south of Colorado Springs, Colorado, on base here, playing Cheyenne Shadows. So just an awesome track out here and a real test of golf. Kind of a sneaky, difficult course, actually. So, yeah, and we're out here supporting the same organization that we were supporting last year when I played in this very same tournament, if you've been following the channel for a while, that being the Destiny Project. So, what is the Destiny Project here? They're a local organization, faith-based, and their goal is to, kind of through athletics, right? That's sort of their theme here, is to kind of provide mentorship to some of the youth in the area who might not otherwise have a whole lot of mentors, people to look up to and whatnot. And give them some shots in life that they may not have otherwise had. So really great organization, really great cause, and happy to be out here to support it yet again. And a big thanks to the Destiny Project for having us out here to play this beautiful course again. So we're happy to bring you this content. And of course, I'm out here playing with Bert. So you've seen him on the channel already out there at the Broadmoor. We were playing another charity tournament out there for combat vets. And yeah, fun fact, so you guys should know probably by now that I am a combat vet. And I was actually stationed right here on this base when I was active duty. So I used to call this home, or at least, my place of business. So that's where my unit was. So yeah, I am very familiar with this base, and yeah, back when I was in the Army, I played this course quite a bit. So yeah, it's kind of like returning home to me, that's for sure. So yeah, if you're liking this content, now's a good time to throw us a subscribe as I record this, and I don't know if the number is going to be different by the time you see it, but we only need 3 more subscribers, just 3. Till we're doing another hat giveaway. And again, they're going to be branded Bills hats. So that's the same brand that Bryson DeChambeau, I've seen him supporting those hats with his own logo on it. I forget the team, the Live Golf team that he's on there. It's like the Big Smashers or something like that. But anyway, yeah, Big Bombers, something. I don't know. I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comments. I hope you do. But yeah, anyway, super quality hats. It's the Elite Series, so yeah, some of the best hats that they make, even at their own selection there, and just super awesome. Getting some real great feedback from the people I've given them away to so far. And again, there's only 2 ways to get a hat. That's either to be featured in a video on the channel here, or to win a hat giveaway. And we only do them every 100 subscribers, and we're going to be doing that up to 1,000. And then I think I'm going to up the ante to shirts, and haven't really picked out what brand of shirts I'm going to get yet for when we're doing that, but I guarantee you they're going to be quality. So, yep, help me spend my money, and hit that subscribe button. You know we love your company. I don't think I've ever had this much time rolling up to a hole before, but we're actually starting the tournament out on the 7th hole, which is why we're driving so far to actually get to the hole that we're going to commence our round on. And that 7th hole happens to be a 179-yard par 3. And for the tournament here, they've got us playing from the white tees, which is 1 up from the tips on this course. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about this hole here as we're still rolling up to it, enjoying the beautiful scenery of the rolling hills on Fort Carson in the background there. So, not a whole lot to worry about on this hole. You've got a single bunker there off to your left. And if you go any further left than that, at that distance, then, you're going to be in some bad stuff. So if you happen to land in that bunker, it's actually kind of helping you out. Because if there was no bunker there and you landed there, then you would probably bounce off the side and go even further left into the trash and even be in even worse shape. So, yeah, kind of be thankful that that bunker's there, actually, just in case you kind of, draw one a little bit too hard over there to the left. That said, you don't really want to miss long here. You can miss right for a little bit, and you can miss short all day. So, yeah, what would I say? I'd say a fade shape would be probably the safest play here, obviously. And if you're wondering what club you're going to use, then I would go with the shorter yardage club if it's between yardages for you, and just try to step on it. So, without further ado, let's give it a rip and see what we can do on this first hole. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the 8th hole that, of course, we're playing as our second hole of the day today. Just a 352 hard dogleg left par 4 is what we've got in front of us right now. And let's map it out here. So obviously a draw is going to be what you want to take the curvature of the hole and give yourself a close approach up onto this green. But if you happen to be hitting nothing but fades, then nothing wrong with putting it over to the left line of that lone tree that's sort of at the corner of the turn, and then fading it back in from there as well. However, if you do that, of course, you're just going to have a bit of a longer shot onto this green. So, yep, driver in hand. I'm going to try to pull one left just to get us on that line and shave some distance off of this hole. Let's see if I can get it done. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the 9th hole that we're obviously playing as our 3rd hole this day. So, and these two holes there, 8 and 9 back to back, that should pretty well tell you how you kind of have to be able to work the ball on this course if you want to be able to play this course well. And that being both ways. Hard dog leg left on number 8, and then a hard dog leg right on number 9 for this big old par 5 here. Stretching out for us today at 545 yards from these one-up white tee boxes. So, to kind of map this hole out here, looking down the right side, you'll see kind of a large bunker out there. If you can hit a cut, and you can hit a big, gnarly cut, and carry that bunker, you will likely have the yardage remaining, if you can hit that kind of shot, to be able to get on in two on this hole here. However, there's also like a little river, kind of a stream sort of thingy, right before the green. That's right there to catch a ball, just in case you go for it and you don't get another picture perfect shot. So no matter what, this hole is real tough to try to get on into, but it certainly can be done. That's for sure. It's just going to take two very well placed, very well struck, and probably pretty long shots with the exact perfect shape on it. So the stars kind of have to align for you to get home in two here, but as you'll see momentarily, it most certainly can be done. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the 10th hole, which of course today is our 4th hole. So, just a 394-yard par 4, and flipping right back to the other shot shape, a dogleg left. So, yeah, but this hole, I mean, while it is a dogleg left and while a draw will set you up for a much closer second shot without a doubt, if you can play a nice pretty draw out there, the trees off to the left, definitely easily clearable, especially for a fade shape, which tends to get up in the air a little faster than a draw shape anyway. So, I mean, I'm saying you could play either shape that you want on this hole if you really had to, if you really can't figure out a draw on the day that you happen to be here. No worries on this hole. Obviously, the fade is likely going to set you up for a longer shot up onto this green, and it will be an uphill shot onto this green no matter what. You can guarantee yourself that. And those bunkers, well, the one big bunker kind of front and to the right of the green, which you can kind of see a sliver of from here, is definitely not where you're going to want to be. So, yeah, absolutely. Try to find the right yardage when you're going at this green, and I would say maybe even take a club strong, if anything, because, yeah, I think you'd rather be off the back here a little bit if you had to miss between short and long than you would like to be short. Just my guess from that bunker right there. Kind of a tough lip on it. So, without further ado, let's give it a rip and see what we can do on this 10th hole. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are rolling on to the 11th hole. And another par 5 there. How do you like that? Number 9, a par 5, then a par 4, then another par 5. Some big shots here at the turn. Indeed. So 562 yards is what we've got from our tee box this day. Now, the last time I was out here, last year, if you go back and watch that video, I was kind of pounding driver a lot further than I was this day. And that lake over there off to the left of the obvious fairway, I did clear that from this same tee box. So I went right over that lake and just nuked it and, got over it and right in the middle of the fairway. So that was awesome that day, but just proof that it can be done, and that is the way that the hole will go over there off to the left, if you can pound one that far to get it over that lake. And if you can make that happen, guaranteed you will have the yardage to attempt to get home in 2 shots, without a doubt. See here, after that lake, it doesn't really follow all the way to the green. So once you're past that and you've kind of made the dog leg, which will bend to the left, of course, then after that you're kind of free and clear to attack the green after that. The only thing I would say as you're looking at that green is you really don't want to miss hard to the right. Otherwise you'll be in some nasty native fescue out there. Although, depending on your angle, you're probably going to have a bit more room to miss left. So I would try for that definitely instead. Try to hit a draw shape at it. Apart from that, up green side there, you've got a bunker right up front there, kind of a small one. It's not really all that intimidating, and then a much more intimidating one off to the right. And really nothing off to the left of the green to really mess with yet. So there you have it. Anyway, driver in hand, let's give it a rip and see what we can do. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading off to the 12th hole. That, of course, we're playing as our 6th hole this day. And kind of a longer par 4 here, playing for us today at 428 yards. And a dog leg right to deal with at that. So, there's that. Anyway, apart from that, though, not a whole lot to deal with. You got plenty of room to miss to the left, not a whole lot of room to miss to the right. And yet, you definitely are going to want to hit a cut in order to set yourself up in a good position to have a shorter shot up onto this green. So you kind of have to flirt with the right side miss if you want to do that. Or you can just smoke one over the dark trees over there off to the right side of the fairway and then draw it back in from there if you happen to be hitting a nice pretty draw. So anyway, you got options here. Yeah, for the distance that those trees are out in the distance, if you've got the kind of distance, that's a lot of distances, yeah, to get to those trees and clear them, then you'll definitely be airborne enough to get safely over them, so I really wouldn't worry about that either. Yep, after that, the green attack is really not that intimidating on this hole, so really it just kind of demands a good drive. Once you get a good drive on this one, then you're fine. You'll have a little bit of forest clearance to get up on the green and a single bunker that's kind of front right of it, but apart from that, it's pretty flat and pretty inviting, I would say. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. Driver in hand, I'm going to try to hit that big old cut. Let's check it out. All right, ladies and gents, and here we are rolling up to the 13th hole. Another dog leg right, 375 yard par 4. So this one, though, is a little more technical, I would say. Yeah, so with that one bunker that you have to deal with off to the right there, can't really be scared of that. Because, yeah, you kind of really need a cut here if you want to cover some serious yardage to be able to give you a short shot up onto this green. And yeah, you're definitely going to want that because it's a much smaller green than a lot of the greens that we've seen thus far, that's for sure. However, if all you're hitting is draws this day, this tree that's right there off the tee box immediately to your right is kind of blocking your line to hit that big draw and try to get over the tree kind of in the distance there, the more gray colored tree, and then bring it back into the fairway that way. So that shot is kind of out of play here, I would say. So if you can't hit a nice big cut with the driver, then you kind of have to lay up because you're kind of too close to the turn in order to be able to hit driver and go for it. Because if yeah, if you hit one too straight, you're just going to be in the native fescue beyond the fairway, and you're just going to be in bad shape there. So, yeah, you're either going to have to iron this hole to death straight and then, execute a right face and then hit another straight one up the hill and have a little bit of a longer shot up onto this green, or hit a nice big old cut and then shave off a ton of distance on this hole and give yourself a nice, easy, probably, little flip wedge up onto this green. So, that's exactly what I'm going to try to do, since pretty much all I'm hitting right now is cuts. So, should be pretty easy for me this day. Let's give it a rip and see what we can do.
One time.
No! Get that birdie!
Oh, good birdie.
Birdie on the man. Don't even know why I brought my putter.
All right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading to the 14th hole. And we're actually driving there from the restroom that's right there next to the green of the 14th. So the green that you saw a little bit of a flash of right there at the beginning of this clip is actually the green that we're going to be attacking. So, yeah, well, you know, nature calls. Just drive up there and, get it done. Do your business. And that's what we're doing here. So that's why the drive is kind of weird for this clip here. But, it is what it is. Anyway, so par 3 downhill. It's about a 10-yard hill, I'm saying, that you're going to be attacking this green from. And the true yardage is 177 yards. So I'd play it around 167 if I was you. Yeah, that's for sure. Apart from that, you've got plenty of room to miss to the right. You really don't want to miss long. You can miss barely short. And I really wouldn't hook one either and send it over to the left. That's bad business there. So short right, that's pretty much all you got for miss options. So whatever that tells you for what your club selection ought to be on this hole. So this day I'm trying to remember. I think I had a 9-iron in hand. Yeah, to send it up there and try to stab this green and keep it short so as not to get off into the tall rough stuff behind the green. So let's give it a rip and see what we can do. right, ladies and gents, and here we are heading to the 15th hole. Of course, that we're playing as our 9th hole in this tournament here, and our final hole for this first part of this two-part series out here at Cheyenne Shadows. So, again, thank you so much for watching another video with us. Throw us a like and subscribe if you're liking this content, and definitely so that we can get going on this next hat giveaway that I can't wait to do. I feel like I'm in a broken record for weeks now, talking about just making it to 200 subs so that we can give away another $70 hat. That's for sure. Okay, so this last hole here that we're going to be playing, kind of deceiving. So it's a hard dog leg right and a very technical hole. So it looks like you've got more fairway than you actually do, all right? So you're going to run out of fairway pretty quickly down there. All right, it looks like, oh yeah, I can hit driver, not a problem. And if you're hitting driver fairly short, and I'm saying like maybe 220, yeah, maximum, then yeah, sure, you could hit driver off this tee box that we're playing here from now. And by the way, the whole yardage is 395 yards. So, but unless you're playing that kind of shot, don't pull driver here. Pull about your 200-yard club. That's what I would recommend, and hit a nice kind of floated cut out there because it's a very sharp, hard dog leg right there. And yeah, you just want to put one down there on that dog leg, which will be about at the end of the fairway that you can see on the tee box, and then turn to the right. And yeah, you'll have a long shot onto the green, but as you'll see here, you've got a lot of forced clearance to get up onto that green, which I guarantee you that's going to be your landing zone if you try to pull off a hero, super power fade, right, with a driver in order to try to clear all that. I bet you're not going to do that. You're going to end up in that crap down there. So just don't even go for that, man. Just, make this a two-piecer, iron it to death. That's your best shot to try to score on this hole. It's a tough hole. Just eat it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my advice. Unless you happen to be Kyle Berkshire, then, yeah, you could probably clear it all. Good job. So, without further ado, as you can see, I've got driver in my hand. Spoiler alert, we're not using my drive. So, let's give it a rip and see what we can do here.